average income for a 20-year-old is $15,000 to $25,000 a year. All right, you made it in 1 month. I would say that's pretty successful, right? Who would say that's successful? I would say it's pretty successful. And another thing, but the one thing I do like about it though, is he's saying that's not the standard though. He doesn't think that's successful. What that shows you guys is you're in a room and you're in an environment where there's a higher standard than $20,000 a month. Does that make sense? Because I'm around people too that have made $1 million a month, $2, $3 million a month, and I feel broke. So like that just goes to show like how crazy of a culture you guys have. And like for an example, who here came from a 9-to-5 job? Did you guys ever in that 9-to-5 job have a conversation on how to make 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 6 figures a month?
Hell no.
So no matter what you're going through, no matter how broke you are, be successful or be grateful to be in a room where you guys are being taught how to make 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, $80,000 a month plus. Does that make sense? So no matter how broke you are, you're in a room for free, by the way, to be taught how to make real money and be taught how to change your life. I was just grateful to be in those rooms when I was broke too. So when I was broke in the business early on, I was grateful to be in those rooms. 2, to go to you, that is exactly how I learned how to talk in front of people. Is you know how you kind of messed up at the end a little bit? Yeah. Bro, you know how many times I did that? Oh my gosh, I probably did that 100 times. I'm like, all right guys, we're having a sales training. And I'm like, I don't know what we're training about, but we're gonna have one. So like that's how I learn, is just getting up here and talking and communicating, and like that's how I learn. As you guys know, I've never came up with notes before. And like, by the way, not because like I'm cool or anything, I've never done it. So like when you're like, I forgot what I was talking about, I was like, dude, I've done that 1,000,000 freaking times. So I just wanted to say that, by the way, congrats on your success, bro. And bro, you are successful. You make 20 grand a month. Average 20-year-old makes 15, 20 grand a year. So dude, be grateful and be proud of where you're at. But I want to talk about, I guess, like my journey a little bit. I started when I was 19, I'm 25, so I've been doing it. Yeah, you guys can sit down if you want. It doesn't matter. A round of applause for them, by the way. All right, so I started when I was 19. I'm currently 25, so I've been doing this for 6 years. And Riley said something really cool. It's like, don't compare yourself to other people. I never cared if somebody else was doing better than me. I didn't care what they were doing. I didn't care what leads they were running. I just focused on what I could do every single day, which was show up, be positive. Marco said this too, be positive. Everybody asks what's the difference between a top producer and a low producer. Top producers are just happy. I promise there's nothing to it. Top producers are just happy. Like, a person says, I'm not interested, they hang up. Top producer's like, yo, I got the next one, watch this. Low producer says the lead sucked. Top producer gets hung up about banking, like, shit, I'll get the next one. Low producer says, wow, this is just what it's gonna be like. So like, you're right, Marcos, positivity is huge. I was always positive when I show up to the office. I show up to the office at 7:30, high energy. I got 2 hours of sleep probably. Showed up to the office, I stayed at the office till 9, 10 o'clock, high energy. Showed up to the office, stayed late, and had really high energy. The person that makes the most sacrifices will always get the most rewards. So if you guys are young, like who in here is over 30 years old? Jeez. Who in here is under 30 years old? You guys have an amazing opportunity to sacrifice 3 or 4 years of your life to set up the rest of your life. Like you have an amazing opportunity, especially being in the life insurance space. You guys, like, I think it was Nate talking. He said, be grateful to be where you're at. No, it was a guy from PHP talking, right there. He said, be grateful for where you're at, because he was talking to friends, families, going to Walmart, Target, whatever the hell he was saying. He said, I was just going everywhere trying to make it work. Guys, I had to go door knock life insurance leads. I had to call them and say, hey, I'm gonna stop by your house next day. I had to drive 45 minutes to a house and nobody was home, and then drive another 30 minutes to a house and nobody was home. You guys are in downtown Nashville, beautiful office, amazing office that Wes put together and everybody else that was involved with it that put together. So be grateful for where you're at, and be grateful for the small things too. Like, who here has left the office early to go like the gas station, grab a snack or something? Did you have to ask for permission? Dude, no matter how broke you are, be grateful for that amount of freedom. To just be like, you know what? I'm stressed out, I'm gonna go to the office. You might have 50 bucks in your bank account, but did you have to ask anybody for permission to go do it? Now, if you're grateful for the small things, the bigger things will come. But just be grateful to be in this amazing office, downtown Nashville. We're on Broadway Street, right? right?
We're pretty close to.
It's like right there. You're in the heart of Nashville. Just be grateful for where you're at. Be grateful, be like, you know what? I'm getting my ass beat right now. I'm gonna go to the store. I'm just gonna walk around. Just be grateful to go do that. Because at your 9-to-5 job, could you go do that? At your 9-to-5 job, could you pull up your phone and be like, you know what? I'm gonna chill on TikTok for 15 minutes. You get fired, right? So no matter what you're going through, just be grateful for that. And I promise you, there's so many people in my life that are back in my life now that have started with me in life insurance, that quit, that regret quitting, and they started with me, by the way. So they see where I'm at now, and like, dude, I wish I went through all the hard shit you went through. And imagine if I just went through that, I would be X, Y, and Z. There's 3 things that take you out of a business: ego, irrational decisions, drugs, alcohol, and then relationships, whether that's mom, dad, grandma, grandpa, boyfriend, girlfriend. They're like, don't do it, get another job, like you're not even making any money. And they're not saying that because they don't love you, they're saying that because they love you, because that's what they think is safe. That's what they think that they should be telling you. Does that make sense? Well, those are 3 things that take you out of business. The number 1 thing is what? I see it all the time, ego. When you think you're too big to do the small things. You can either have a big ego or a big business, you can't have both. So you gotta decide which one you wanna have. You want a big ego or a big business? And you gotta decide that. And like Wes brought it up, or I think it was Nate or somebody brought it up. They're like, yeah, I had a really big ego and I had to check myself. I think he said what you gotta do is self-inventory. I like that. I'm gonna start using that. You gotta do self-inventory. You gotta check yourself. But here's the thing, in business, you gotta have ego too. 49% ego, 51% humility. Like Wes didn't get here by thinking he couldn't do it. Wes got here by like, yo, I'm the dog. Like, I'm gonna go do this. Like, I'm better than everybody else. I'm gonna go do this in a healthy way. Because I think I'm better than everybody else too. I really do. I don't think there's not another human being I'm like, damn, I can never do what they do. Maybe Elon Musk. That's a different dude, like trying to go to Mars and shit. But here's the thing. Here's the thing. You don't need to be delusional in this business to be successful. Do you know why you don't need to be delusional? Because people have already done it. Is it really delusion if other people have done it? What's delusional is trying to send a rocket to Mars. Like, that's delusional. Because nobody's ever done it before, right? But people have done it. Wes has done it. Marcus has done it. Nate has done it. Hayden has done it. Like, it's like, dude, when I walked into an office and I was broke when I first started, I was like, dang, that person over there is doing it. I can go do this. Somebody closed a deal over there and I was sitting over there. I'm like, oh my God, if they close a deal, I'm cool, I'm straight. Because I never looked at people like, oh my God, they're just so much better than me. I looked at everybody else like, I'm better than them. I can beat them. I can go get my stuff. Like, in a non-ego way, by the way. I was like, dude, I'm better than this person. I can go do this. But you got to be around a positive environment. And that's so true. Like, I'm dealing with in the Arizona office. There's a lot of negativity there. Here's like, this is where you walk in. If you're going to spend 12 hours of your day in an office, you got to make sure there's a positive environment, like Marcus was saying. You got to make sure it's positive. If somebody's being negative, guess what you do? Go breathe some life into them. Go help them be positive. Don't be a cancer. And there's 4 things that you guys need to focus on. They're the only things you can focus on. Sell, hire, develop, and market. You got to do all 4 things consistently. You can't do 1 out of the 4 things consistently. You can't do 2 out of the 4 things consistently. You have to do all 4 things consistently for a long period of time. And like Riley said, your journey is different than other people. It might take 6 months to be successful. It might take you 2 years. But I know if you do the right things, eventually you're going to get there. I can't tell you when you're going to get there, but I can tell you that you're going to get there, right? You have to follow the blueprint. The blueprint doesn't mean it's not going to be hard. Like, everybody's like, oh, Wes is giving me the blueprint, but I keep running into obstacles. Yeah, just because there's a blueprint doesn't mean there's not going to be obstacles along the way. But a lot of people stop at those obstacles. So don't be that person that stops at those obstacles. I was grateful enough to be raised by my dad. My dad was 86 years old, so he was born in 1938. So y'all can already imagine how I was raised. No excuses. Life is hard. Life is going to beat you across the head. A lot of y'all think that like hard things, like that shouldn't be a thing. Like, it shouldn't be this hard. No, that's life. You're going to have more hard things in life than easy things. I promise. Life's going to be more hard than easy, but you got to embrace it. Like, and like what Riley was saying about journey. I thought, who's sleeping on an air mattress right now? Oh, I'm not, but I used to. You're sleeping, dude. I used to sleep on an air mattress too. You know how I started the business? I was in Nebraska. I moved to Chicago, Illinois. And you guys know Connor White or anybody like that? Connor White, you guys seen him sometimes? All right. I moved to Chicago, Illinois. There was 2 dudes sleeping next to me on an air mattress. By the way, kissing the air mattresses. They weren't like spread out air mattresses. We were all in an air mattress. I was in the middle. A dude was sleeping by my feet. So if I wanted to take a piss in the morning, I had to walk across 3 different air mattresses to go use the bathroom. A lot of people are like, damn, this sucks, whatever, whatever. I was like, this is so cool. I was like, I cannot wait to get up here someday and tell people about my journey and tell people how hard it was, and like, it's gonna be okay, because it is gonna be okay. If you do what? What are the 4 things? Sell, hire, develop, market. If you do all 4 things, you're gonna be really successful. Look at Wes, he does all 4 things, right? He does. And be the person that people wanna follow. Everybody's like, Jay, how do you attract top talent? You become top talent. Everybody's like, how do you recruit top talent? You don't recruit them, you attract them. How do you attract them? What are your habits like? Are you in the office early? Are you staying late? Like, what are you doing every day to attract other people? Like, Wes can give you advice on literally everything. There's some people in the business that can't give you advice on everything because they were in solar 10 years before, they came to insurance and they brought their solar team over. Can they really give you advice? No, unless you want to go do solar for 10 years and bring your team over. But like Wes started from his basement, he started on Discord, no office, broke his shit, worked at Walgreens if I remember, right Wes?
Yeah.
Where is Wes? Worked at freaking Walgreens making how much an hour, 12?
17, I was a...
Oh shit.
I was a key holder, bro.
He was a key holder. So he's paying $17 an hour.
Yeah.
But like, that dude can give you advice on everything. Because did you have a fat ass following on Instagram?
No.
Did you have a massive warm market?
Mm-mm.
Not really? Like he can give you advice. Like he can give you real genuine advice. So like Riley says, stop comparing your journey to other people. Everybody's like, yo, why did that dude blow up so fast? I'm like, dude, he was in insurance 6 years ago. He's been in it, and he's been in it for 6 years at another company. He just came over and everybody else followed. Like, it's impressive, by the way, because he was there for 6 years. He got that foundation. I'm not discrediting that person, but it's harder for them to give advice because in your head you're like, dude, they blew up so fast. But it's like, they didn't blow up fast. They've been in the industry 7 years. That's not blowing up fast. It took them 7 years. But they've maybe been at FFL for a year. Does that make sense? But like, Wes can give you genuine advice. He can show you how to sell, show you how to hire, show you how to develop, show you how to market. He does it. I see it all the time. And Wes is, by the way, self-sufficient. He didn't rely on anybody. Definitely didn't rely on me. Wes and I are just now getting close, right? Same thing like Marcos and everybody else. Like just self-sufficient people. Self-sufficiency is how you get out of the rat race. If you have to rely on other people, you're stuck in the rat race. Because you're relying on other people. Always just rely on yourself. Bet on yourself. Be a student of the game. Watch YouTube videos. Like when I was selling life insurance in them and I was driving in between appointments, 45 minutes, I'd be watching a podcast, how to sell, how to be more confident, how to handle objections. Like I was learning on my own. I can tell you right now, when I was laying on my air mattresses with 5 dudes right there, when I was laying on my air mattress, I was like Googling, why do people need life insurance? Top 10 conversation starters, how to start a conversation. Like I was just trying to learn because I grew up broke, grew up in foster care for a year. My dad was a single dad raising me and my little sister on Social Security. You guys know how you sell people on Social Security, right? They make $1,000 a month, $1,500 a month. Like rent was $750. So like, dude, I knew what it was like. So I was like, dude, I want to go embrace this opportunity. I want to study as much as I can. I want to be a student of the game. I want to be absolutely self-sufficient. I want to take absolute advantage of the opportunity. There was not one time I had doubt in the opportunity. Why? Because other people were doing it. And you know what? When I was struggling, you know what they were probably doing during my time? Struggling through the same thing. And I'm like, if they got through it, I can get through it. Does that make sense? Yeah. So like when I started struggling, I'm like, okay, Sean probably was in this position with this exact same mindset, like, dude, what the fuck do I do? And he got through it. And if he got through it, I can get through it. I'll leave it open for a Q&A. I don't know how much time I have, Wes and Riley, I'm not sure, but I'll leave it open for a Q&A.
Besides just sticking through it, like what separated you from like, in terms of like growing fast? Because you've been in for like 3-4 years, but
I never focused on growing fast. Mm-hmm. Everybody's like so focused on growing fast. You know what I focused on? Just every day, bro. The journey. Like, I didn't realize this. 2 years ago, we were doing 800 grand a month. Now we're doing 15 million a month. I didn't realize that though. Like to everybody else, was like, holy shit. But to me, I was like, oh, I didn't even know that. Because every day I just show up every day and I just do the right things every single day. I never focus on how quick can I get there, how fast can I get there, what's the fastest way possible. Like I never focused on that. I just focused on the things I could control, which was selling, it was hiring, it was developing, it was marketing, it was being positive. Those were the only things I could genuinely control. I can't control the time. The timing's up to God and to the universe. I can't control it. I just can control what I can control my inputs and my outputs, and eventually I knew I would get there.
Did you have goals and standards like every single day?
I only wrote down my goals one time, and it was in the beginning of the year. I wrote down my goals. I never looked at them because I just detached myself from the goals. But one thing I did write was $30,000 a month. I put it on a sticky note. So all right, so we'll do some math for you guys. I put it on a sticky note and I put it on my laptop. $30,000 a month divided by 4, $7,500 a day or a week. Divide that by 6 days a week. That's $1,250 a day. $1,250 of annual premium that you have to find. Divide that by 12. That's one policy for $105 a month. So my B option would be $105 a month. If I pitched A, B, and C, my B option would be $105 a month. My C option would be divided by 2, which is $52, which I would never do. I just make it $84. So I need to sell 2 policies for $84 a month, or I need to sell 1 policy for $105 a month, and I take 105 times 2. That'd be my A option, which is 210, I think, or whatever the math is. $210, right? That'd be my A option. All my metrics were I want to hit 30 grand a month, and I consistently sold between 20 and 30 grand a month early on in my business. And that's the only thing I focused on, right? And I focused on those metrics every single day. I didn't focus on how many dials I was dialing a day, because I think that's completely pointless. I was just focusing on the sales. I was just focusing on the sales and the presentation. It's the only thing that mattered. And like, I was having fun while I was dialing. Like Marcus was saying, I was just really positive. Nobody in here is down with me probably, but like if you did, I was like, hey, I'm gonna close the next person. Like, and by the way, in my business, I always had a new recruit sitting right by me dialing. I think it's a complete waste of time if you're dialing by yourself. Why not kill 2 birds with 1 stone? Why not hire somebody and dial in front of them? Now you're making money, now you're showing them how to make money. So I always had new agents by me, always. There was not one time I did not have a new agent by me early on in my business. But anyways, I would sit there and be like, hey, yo, watch this, I'm gonna close this next deal. Fuck you. Hey, watch this, I'm gonna close this next deal. Not interested. Fuck you, fuck you. Hey, watch this, I'm gonna close this next deal. They don't want it. They don't want it. Lost on social, lost on banking. Hey, watch this, I'm gonna close this next deal. 200 watching me, I'm gonna close this next deal, I closed it. You know what I said? I told you so. But you know what I didn't realize though is I was like, dude, I said that 200s ago. But like, I was just really positive. I was like, yeah, watch this person, they're gonna buy 200 a month, watch this. But I was always positive. And then when it did happen, I was like, told you. I said that fucking 200s ago, watch this. But I didn't realize that, right? But I was just so positive, I was like, yeah, watch it. And then guess what that new agent saw? How I handled adversity, how I handled the hang-ups, how I handled the fuck yous, how I handled the not interested, how I handled being hung up on social, how I handled being hung up on banking. They watched that, then they what? Replicated it, right? And then now you have a culture of positivity, right? Now everybody's doing it. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
It's another question.
What's the biggest advice you'd give to someone that's constantly being hard on themselves?
Hard on themselves? Oh, dude, I'm always hard on myself. I think it's a good thing. But I think just be grateful for where you're at in life right now. How old are you?
19.
Dude, you're cool. You're straight, bro. You know what my goal was? I was like, if I'm a millionaire by 30, I'm cool. Happened at 22, 23. It was just, I detached myself from it. And here's where a lot of people quit. Is they make 10 grand, spend 10 grand. They make 15 grand, spend 15 grand. And then in their head, they're like, is it always just gonna be $0 in my bank account? Is it always just gonna be like this? But guess what? You know what? They quit before what happens? Make 20, spend 15. Make 30, spend 15. Make 40, spend 15. My first year, I made 200 grand, spent 200 grand. My second year, I made 300 grand, spent 280. My third year, I made 750, spent 480. My fourth year, I made 2 million, spent 1 million. Last year, I made it almost 7 million, spent 3 or 4 million. But my net profit margins got what? Bigger and bigger and bigger. But people quit before those net profit margins go like this. And that's where they quit, because they just think, oh, it's always just gonna be spend 10, make 10. And when I was developing, when I was hard on myself and I was developing, bro, I was watching other successful entrepreneurs say, oh yeah, it took me 15 years, it took me 20 years, it took me 10 years, it took me 30 years. I'm like, dude, I'm straight. I'm 19 years old, just like you when I started, bro. I was like, I'm cool. So if it takes me 10 years, I'm 30 years old and retired, I'm good. Because in me, being who I was not gonna ask another grown-ass dude if I could go watch my kids ballet. Or can I watch my son go play t-ball? Or like, can I watch my daughter's ballet? Like, I could not do that, bro. Like, that was not me. Like, there's no way I have to go ask another person for permission to go do something because they made more sacrifices than I did. I was like, you're telling me they worked harder than me, they made more sacrifices than me, now I have to ask them for permission to go see my son or my daughter? I wasn't gonna do that. Like, it's okay to be hard on yourself though, but have some gratitude, have some grace. What's the other one?
You say you have the sales metrics. What were your recruiting metrics? And what was like the most successful way you hired?
Most successful I hired with social media. I didn't have one more market. I literally had zero. I recruited one more market. It was Cade Land. Yeah, that's actually the only more market. It was Cade Land. But it was a cold market, dude. My first recruit was from Target, John Egan. Now he makes $1 million here. That was my first recruit ever. And I was just talking to everybody, bro. But I wasn't talking to him about selling life insurance. I was talking about buying life insurance. You guys have a license. You have a license to sell money. Dude, I was at a gas station, I'm selling life insurance. Like literally 2 years ago in Tampa, this little lady was like, I love your car. I was like, do you need life insurance? She goes, I actually do. My term expired 6 months ago. I need life insurance. Her name was Phoebe. Love her to death. She lives in Tampa, Florida. She's like this tall. She's a sweetheart. I love her. Give her a hug all the time every time I see her. And I was like, hey, come to my office. I'll get you a policy. $200 a month. $2,400. Make $2 grand in my bank account. I was already making 80 grand a month back then. But as new agents, you miss out on opportunity every single day. Don't take away those good habits of going up to people in Target and stuff like that. Do you need life insurance? Do you need life insurance? And you know what? I built confidence. You know what I did right away in my business? Right away, I bought business cards. You know how fucking cool I felt at 19 years old? I was like, yeah, I'm 19 years old. Here's my business card. You can take it too. You can have one too. I was like, you want life insurance? Here's my business card. Like, dude, do things that build confidence. Go to the gym, get a business card. And by the way, I knew I owned a business from day one. It wasn't like, oh, I haven't made any money. Like, no, I was like, day one, business cards. I'm like, yo, I'm rich. I own a business. Here you go. And like, dude, like, you have a license to print money. Talk to everybody, bro, about recruiting. Talk to everybody about buying life insurance. Everybody in this room, who has life insurance? Why? The one who doesn't have life insurance. Go buy a policy for Foresters right now. But seriously though, they take this out of the play. As you get older, life insurance gets what? So why would you not get it now?
You gotta refer yourself.
Yeah, why would you not get it now? No, seriously. Who does not have life insurance? Raise your hand again. Just keep your hands up if you want to have a family and kids. So why would you not get life insurance? Like right now? Would you, and by the way, this is my selling point, would you rather pay $50 a month now or wait until you're 40 and pay $200 a month? You're in control of your budget at the end of the day. That's why I say to Joe and Mary, like, Joe and Mary, you're in control of your budget today. Today it's $100 a month. Next year it'll be $200 a month maybe. So would you rather control your budget today or would you want to control it a year from now when it's $100 a month more? So everybody who doesn't have life insurance, go get it today. Because if you quit this job anyways, guess what? You're gonna need life insurance. Right? Those who doesn't have life insurance, raise your hand again. Keep your hands up if your parents can afford, if you pass away today, $20,000 for you to bury you. Can your family afford it? Only select few. I had 4 best friends die in high school. All had GoFundMes. One flipped the truck, one flipped the car, 2 got hit by semis. All GoFundMes. 18 years old, 21. So if y'all don't have life insurance, go get life insurance. Right now, right after this. That's another question. But that's my point, bro. Recruit everybody, sell everybody.
How often did you have a new agent, like right now?
Every week. Every week. Literally every week I had a new agent. Everybody's like, Jay, wait, what was that?
Was it just one or was it multiple?
It could be one, it could have been 5. But here's the thing is, everybody's like, dude, this dude quit, this dude quit. I was like, I never knew who quit because I had so many new people coming in. I just did it, bro. Like, I always had by the way, new agents means licensed agents every week. Every week I had a new agent come in, whether it was 1 or whether it was 5. And if somebody quit, I didn't even notice because I was so focused on the new agents coming in. It didn't matter. And somebody's like, yo, did you hear that dude quit? I'm like, I don't even know who that is, but I hope the best for him or her. Like, I don't know. I hope the best. Because so many people are like, oh my God, did you see that dude quit? I was like, no, but I hope the best for them. It's another question.
So obviously I know you know how to go wide, but like at what point do you know like when to take a leg deep, and if you're relying on your personal direct to let their own leg go deep? Does that make sense though?
I think so, but there's no perfect timing or perfect way to understand, right? Like when I coded agents under people, like under my managers, everyone's like, what's the right time to do it? There is no right time. You just put them in a position to go do it and see if they take advantage of the position or they fail at it. And then now you know that you need to coach them or that maybe they're not good for leadership. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
There's never a right time. There's never gonna be a right time. What's the right time to build a business? Today, there's never gonna be a right time to go do something. You just gotta go do it. Like Joe Maron's like, it's not the right time to buy life insurance. Okay, when is the right time? A year from now, 2 weeks? Like there's no right time. Like the best time to do it is today, right? So like when I had agents, I was like, okay, I think that they're listening to me. They're showing up to the office. I'm gonna give them a couple agents. They either step into the position or they step out of it, or they never get out of it. They never step into it. Does that make sense? I don't have to answer your question really.
I'm just talking about how you take legs very deep.
Yeah, what about it?
Like, I guess more like sifting and finding out who to work with and who not to work with, right? Because I know when you're wide, you don't have the problem of like having to like coach, like just basically babysit people, right? When you're wide, those problems go away. How are you sifting and sorting through which agents to really build with and spend time with and take their leg deep for them?
Would you build with yourself?
Definitely.
All right, perfect. There you go. Find guys that align with you.
Okay.
What's the other question?
Why would you put an agent under another agent? Is it just to like?
It could be time. Maybe they gel well together. Like, you know how many times somebody, they're like, I don't know if I like Jay, but they used to be like a waiter at a restaurant, and then another dude was a waiter at a restaurant, and then they started vibing with each other, they started gelling with each other, and they had things in common. I'm like, dude, they're gonna work well together. I'm gonna put them together. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
All right. Like, that's how I did it. And like, when I had new agents coming in the office, I'm like, hey, I want you to sit by that manager, that manager, that manager. I want you to sit by me. And then I just watched how they communicate with those managers. They communicate well with Joey over there. I'm like, all right, you're gonna go work with Joey over there. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
What's another question?
So in the beginning of building an agency, would you say just hire as many people, or would you like also like be picky about the type?
I don't know, bro. I was a quantity over quality. And I'm not God. I can't judge whether somebody's gonna make the best of the opportunity or not. Ignite last year, lady goes on stage. She made 20 grand a month. Guess how she found the opportunity? She was smoking crack in the back of a house while her husband was getting life insurance. And that's how she found the opportunity. Would you hire somebody that was smoking crack? I would. And now she changed her life. Sean's 24 years sober. What if somebody's like, yeah, I'm not gonna hire that dude. He's addicted to whatever the fuck Sean was addicted to. Like, you aren't the person that's gonna dictate whether somebody changes their life or not. They might wake up one morning and say, you know what, I'm gonna go change my life today. And they might actually go do it and go be somebody. And I don't wanna be the dude that missed out on that opportunity. That's how I am. I was sleeping in my buddy's attic, drinking till 4 a.m., wake up at 4 p.m., repeat. Should we hire me? Should I have hired myself? Everybody else probably would have said no. And then they missed out on a big bag. Right? But I woke up one day, I found an opportunity, I said, I'm gonna go change my life. I woke up one day, found an opportunity, said, I'm gonna go change my life. So I hired quantity, because who am I to dictate whether they're a quality person or not? I don't know yet until they show me, right? I'm not God, I can't judge whether they're gonna make the best of our opportunity. Like, who here has hired somebody like, dude, they're gonna be a dog, and they don't do shit? Like, bro, you know how many times I hired somebody like, they're gonna be a beast, and then like, they quit the next day, I'm like, oh shit. And then you know how many times I've hired somebody? You know how many times I've hired somebody, I'm like, and then they go out and do something? I can name like 50 in my head right now. What's another question?
How'd you handle adversity on your way up?
Bro, I had adversity growing up. So I had an unfair advantage, I'm gonna be completely honest with you. Like, I grew up, my mom and dad abused me, my foster parents abused me. When I got a chargeback, I was like, this ain't that bad. Or like, somebody quit, I'm like, this ain't that bad. So like, I had an unfair advantage. And like, when hard shit happened, bro, like, I didn't dwell in it, I didn't sin in it, I didn't pout in it, I didn't moan in it. I'm just like, all right, this is part of my journey. Let's figure it out, let's find a solution to it. Wes is very solution-based. I was just solution-based. And like, dude, like, somebody, like, a chargeback, like, you're in an air-conditioned office, like, life ain't that bad. Like, somebody quits, you're in an air-conditioned office, life ain't that bad. There's a children's hospital probably down the street, there's a 6-year-old girl that has 3 months to live. Your problems ain't that big. Your adversity ain't that big. You go tell that girl that has 3 months to live in the hospital, that's 6 years old, that has 3 months to live, say, got a chargeback today. I'm behind on a car payment today. I guarantee she would want to be behind on a car payment to have her life, to have your life, right? So put things in perspective.
When it comes to reinvesting back into the business, you're saying like make 10 grand, spend 10 grand. I know that, like, I guess I'm pretty new, so I don't know anything, but you spend like 6 grand on leads. What's the next thing you're spending money on to grow your business aside?
Flying agents out, Airbnb for agents, leads for agents, team house for agents. And dude, I was the type of dude where if I had 50 grand in my bank account, it made me anxious because I'm like, ooh, I could turn that 50 to 200, right? When I had money in my account, I was like, ooh, I could turn that into fucking 300. But you know what I had though? Patience with it. I knew if I spent 50 today, I wasn't gonna get it to 100 tomorrow. I knew 6 months, a year, 2 years down the line that I'd get that return on my investment. A lot of y'all, or most of y'all, I'm assuming, you think that, hey, you invest money today, you should see it tomorrow. I never thought that way. I was like, I invest money today, I'm just gonna put that in the back of my head, and 6 months from now, I'm gonna get that return on my investment. So like, it could be E&O insurance, bro, leads, Airbnb, all that shit. And I was always flying people out and moving people down. That's another question. Let's do him, he hasn't asked one yet.
Jay, what would you do if you were me? So I live in a 1-bed, 4 dudes, air mattress. I'm depositing good money. I'm on my 4th month. I want to buy cool shit. What would you do if you were me?
How old are you?
I'm 19.
Dude, coming from a guy that grew up with nothing, I bought cool shit right away. Do I regret it? Absolutely fucking not. Because I'm like, bro, my first big purchase was a Maserati. It was not that expensive. But I was like, bro, I'm gonna go get it. Because if I die tomorrow, at least I could say I drove around in a Maserati for a couple hours, right? So like, I'm a bad dude to ask that question. Invest your money for sure. Save your money, but dude, go treat yourself, dude. Like, I don't know how you grew up. I grew up broke, so I bought Louis Vuitton right away. I'm sure Wes bought some Louis Vuitton before too. And like, I just don't regret it. You know what I'm saying? Like, go enjoy life, dude. You live once, right? Go on.
How long were you thugging it out on the air mattresses?
3 years.
Okay.
3 years.
Damn.
I just didn't care though. Like, I was just like, air mattress, dope, cool. It was just 3 years.
Thank you.
But save money too. But I also enjoyed life. Like, I don't regret spending money on stupid shit.
Some of the biggest mistakes that like agency owners make on their way up, like before you think they might blow up, like they fall out or they lose something. What are the biggest mistakes?
They're too big to do the small things. They think they got there by themselves. They're like, oh, I don't need Jay anymore. I don't need Wes anymore. Like, I did this all by myself. But then they're like, wait, didn't Wes pay your rent though when you were at $50,000 a month and you couldn't afford it? You mean you got here by yourself? But they just think, they get the results down, they think they're better than everybody. And then their agents see that, and then their agents are like, do I really want to follow this person? Do I really want to follow this person? They quit, they go to a different company or something, right? Like, where people get stuck is 350 grand a month, 500 grand a month. Because now they're making some money. And money can expose you. And like, that's where people get stuck, bro. Ego, irrational decisions, relationships. Who knows who Henry Ruggs is? All right? He was an all-pro his first year. Was drinking and driving with his girlfriend at Top Golf. With 157 miles an hour. Rear-ended a lady, killed her and her dog. Now he's 10 years in prison. Irrational decision. Side question.
We all got a question. So are you like quick to hire and quick to fire as well?
No.
No.
I just let them fall out. Maybe that's a bad thing, by the way. I don't know. That's just what I did. I don't pay attention. I just let them fall out. By the way, Wes, just let me know how much time I got.
You're good to keep going.
I was like kind of piggybacking off that. When do you know when you need to cut an agent?
When they're a cancer to everybody else. When they're a cancer to everybody else.
I think you'll say like becoming a high level individual, but like I don't know if you have any different answer on acquiring talent from like other organizations instead of non-licensed agents.
I was the loudest person on social media, bro. I was the loudest person on social media. And I wanted to become undeniably rare. Like, I didn't drink when I first started my business at all. Definitely didn't do fucking drugs. I didn't do any of that shit. I went to the gym early in the morning, stayed in the office late, and I wanted people to look at me differently. And people are attracted to different, right? It's like, dude, this dude ain't like me at 22 years old, going clubbing, doing drugs all the time. Like, you're telling me this dude's different? That's how I attract the top talent, bro. I cannot tell you how many people I recruited that were like, Jay, the reason I DM'd you is because you wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning, you go to the gym. You have really good habits. Like, this dude might have a bigger organization, but I like your habits. I like who you are. I like what you're doing. I like what you're building. I see you're obsessed. I see you have a vision. Because all new agents are like, Jay, obviously you attract good talent now. I'm like, dude, I was in your position before, bro. Everybody's like, well, they're gonna go work with Marcos rather than me because I don't have a big business. I'm like, I didn't have a big business, people follow me. You know why? Because I had a massive vision. And people are attracted to my vision. And I preach my vision on social media all the time. Wes posted a video the other day. I don't remember what it was, but I remember looking at it, I'm like, dude, it reminds me of me. Like, I was like the loudest person talking on social media. I was causing drama, I was stirring it up. I was saying things about other companies. I wouldn't name drop the companies, but I was saying shit about other companies. And here's the thing, is I knew what other companies struggled with. And if you have free leads and they're bait and switch, quit, come work with me. If your mentor doesn't sell life insurance, quit, come work with me. Like, I knew what other people were struggling with within the life insurance space, and I would preach on it. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like, I just posted a video the other day. That 75%, if you work for IMO, where 75% of your business goes to underwriting, you should quit. I found that statistic from somebody else from that IMO. They're like, yeah, dude, 75% of our business goes to underwriting. We try to call back the client for the rating. We can't get a hold of them, or they're mad at the rating and they don't want it anymore, whatever the case might be. I found that from another person, so I made a video on it right away. I was on the golf course with him. I was like, oh, somebody just told me this. I need to make a video on it. I made a video on it, right? Caused some drama. Like drama, by the way.
Yeah, appreciate it.
Yeah.
Do you have a blueprint you give to people, like your new agents coming in? Like, do you have a first like 90-day blueprint that you give to somebody so they have like a vision of where they can take?
Yeah, be a better version of yourself. Go to the gym. Go to the gym. Get around good people. Be positive. Show up to the office early. Stay in the office late. Read a book. Listen to a podcast.
So just give them a blueprint to self-develop.
Absolutely. Self-development is what makes you rich. It's not the opportunity. The opportunity is definitely the best opportunity out there, by the way. In the most non-biased way possible. Like, it's 100% the best opportunity out there. Real estate, you want to make 50 grand a month in real estate, you got to have $5 million liquid. Who's got $5 million liquid cash? You need $5 million liquid to make $50,000 a month passive in real estate. It's crazy. There's no better opportunity. I'm telling you that right now. It's another question. I'll do 3 more, because I could go on forever.
What's your take on like days off?
Oh God. Sundays. I guess Sundays, but I would come to the office. Like Sundays, I'd sleep in until 10, try to catch up on some sleep, and then I'd be right at the office, like mapping out the next week. I just like the vacations and shit early on. Like, you shouldn't be doing that shit, dude. Sacrifice your time now, and you'll live the rest of your life free. I didn't do the vacations and shit. I didn't have a family, so like I didn't go home for Christmas and the holidays and stuff because I didn't really have one. I'll tell you this: my niece is going to be 4 years old, and my little sister was upset with me because while my niece was being born, I was still building my business. So she's like, "Hey, can you come to her 1-year birthday party, or can you come see her on Christmas?" I would say, "No, no, 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 no," and she'd get mad. But in my head, I'm like, dude, she's 0 years old. She ain't gonna remember when her uncle wasn't there on Christmas when she was 1. That was just my mindset. Don't know if that's healthy or not. That was my mindset. So I just want to make sacrifices because now, you know what she's going to drive at 16 years old? Pink Range Rover. She's going to be lit at 16. She'll be fine. She'll be cool. And she'll have my time. Money doesn't buy happiness, but she'll have my time too, and I'll be able to treat her well. And I take care of my sister and my niece now. So like, but it was making those sacrifices. And another thing, I'm glad you said that actually. Another thing is every time I took a day off or maybe I took a step back, now if I had a 5-year goal being a millionaire or 10-year, I had to add another day to it because I took that day off. Does that make sense? If you go on 1 week vacation, if you're trying to be a millionaire in 3 years, well, add 7 days to that. And I just didn't want to keep adding days. That was just me. I didn't want to keep adding days. That's another question.
How do you stop your results from like dictating your self-worth or your confidence?
Oh, I don't know, dude. I just never had that mentality, so I don't know if I can give you advice on that. Like I never was like, oh, I only write $5 grand a month. Like I suck. Is that what you're saying? Like,
yeah.
I only do $5 grand a month. Like I can't recruit people. I can't hire people. I've never had that mentality, so I probably can't give advice on it. That's just lack of confidence within yourself or the opportunity. I never lack confidence in myself or the opportunity. You know why I never lack confidence in the opportunity? Because other people are doing it, and I'm like, I'm better than them. They're not better than me. Like they breathe the same air, have the same 24 hours in a day. Like I can go do what they're doing. So I never had lack of confidence in the business, and I really never had lack of confidence in myself. And if you do lack confidence in yourself, and you do lack confidence in your business, go to the gym, read a book, get better mentally. Like there's nothing more satisfying than when something pisses you off and it no longer pisses you off anymore. Because you what? Develop through it, right? There's nothing more satisfying. Like I love, like there's a kid named Lane Lee, he had anger issues. Somebody would hang up, he'd just start beating his desk. And I would tell him what happens when you have anger issues and why you shouldn't do that. And he developed himself. Then I would see somebody hang up on him again, and he wouldn't do it anymore. That dude developed through it, right? So like if you lack confidence in yourself, you gotta go develop habits. Me, when I got out of the business, I was 5'7", 120 pounds. Grew a couple inches, down like 185. I started going to the gym. I started getting bigger. I saw myself get bigger. I saw myself get more sharp mentally. I'm like, dude, like this is cool. There's no better compliment. There's no better compliment than when somebody compliments my mindset at 25 years old. Like, dude, it's like you're 45. There's no better compliment. It's not like you have a nice car. It's not like you have such a big business or you make so much money. Like, that's whatever. But when somebody compliments my mindset, it's a complete different story. It makes me feel so much better about myself. So that's the only advice I can give you. Because I've never been in a position where I lack confidence in the business or lack confidence in myself. All right, one more question. Maybe.
I'm probably the oldest guy in the office. I'm 28. I kind of want to start a family. So like, I'm trying to date too. How do you fit like romance into?
Oh God. Date on Sundays. There you go. That's another question. We'll do one more question. That's the only advice I can give. Date on Sundays then.
So,
All right, we'll do 2 cents. Hey, raise your hand if
so
that.
back, obviously, like some days at certain phases of your career, that's the recharge day, but like, do you feel in your mind early on, this is my second one full time, that like I should give that time to myself, or should I keep working through it? Because I used to work, when I was part-time, I'd work every single day, right? But I'm kind of like afraid to stop working because I don't want to stop the momentum, if that makes sense. But I know there's also the other side of that coin of like, you need to recharge, you need to plan out your week, but I just want to keep working. You get what I'm saying?
My time to myself was early in the morning at 4 o'clock in the morning.
4 o'clock, okay.
So here's the thing. You guys want more months than 12 months in a year? Okay, average person wakes up, let's just say 7 a.m. You wake up 4 hours a day, multiply that by, let's just say you do it 320 days out of the year. That's 1,280 hours divided by 60 hours. Ooh, I'm bad at math. How do we get this into days, guys? I know it's like a month and a half. 24. So take 1280 divided by 24. You have an extra 53 days than the average person.
You're saying if you wake up before you have...
Yep. You have an extra 53 days a year if you wake up at 4 a.m.
What time are you going to sleep?
Don't ask me that question. I go to bed at 11, 12.
That's a non-negotiable for you, though.
It was early on in my business. It was a massive non-negotiable. Absolutely. I did it for 5.5 years straight.
You're still working on Sundays with the same schedule?
Sundays I'd wake up at 10 a.m. and I would go to the office because I had nothing better to do. Like, guys, here's the thing. When I was 19, 20 years old, I had nothing better to do. So it was like, you could leave the office at 6, but we're gonna go home and play video games. Like, there's nothing else. I don't know what else to do. There's nothing else to do. I was like, Sunday, I'm like, what am I gonna do? Like, fucking, I don't know, walk around the mall? I'm like, I'll come to the office and map out my day with my team or something. Like, I just had nothing better to do. So I was like, yeah, nothing better to do, let's just show up to the office.
Let me say something quick, just to give you, because I think to your point, right, where you're talking about how long are you grinding for, right, during the day? You don't have to be dialing the whole fucking day. Like Jason.
100%.
Pop into the office, get your boys on the horn, plan out your next day, your next week, whatever it is. I was joking with him last week, we were talking, I've got this agent that will text me at 3, 4, 5 in the morning. Hey, I just submitted one. Like, bro, go to bed. Not shit's happening till tomorrow, and especially if it's the weekend, right? Definitely great time to hit your clients, okay? But that shit's not clear until Monday anyway. Like, you can't just be dialing, because then you're never building. So you gotta give yourself time to turn that phone off, but keep your game plan kind of in motion.
Absolutely.
Right?
Absolutely.
You mentioned about like your upbringing and how you were poor and everything. I would say I'm pretty similar. I guess what was the mentality that carried you from poor to wealthy, and then what stuck with you the whole way there?
I didn't want my family to go through what I went through, my future family. So I just wanted to change the trajectory of my life. Like, and by the way, that was like my vision when I was like 4 or 5 years old. I was like, I knew I was gonna be successful. I just need the right opportunity. Need somebody to believe in me. That was about it. Just need the right opportunity. All right, I'm gonna end it with this, guys. Whoever goes to the mall today gets 10 recruits, I'll give them $2,000.
Oh, okay.
10 recruits?
Yo, guess what? Guess what? Guess what?
What do you define as a recruit?
Hey, guess what though?
Define recruit.
Hey, guess what? I'm completely joking, but you know how many of you guys were like, I'm down? Why don't you do that right now? Why don't you do it for free? Oh. You can make more than $2,000. Hey, whoa, I'm not done. I'm not done. You can make more than $2,000. But you know how when I said $2,000, go recruit 10 people, you're like, Jason gave me $2,000, where'd I go? Where's the mall? Y'all were looking at maps, where's the mall? I'm like, why don't y'all have that urgency for free? I had that, hey, by the way, I had that urgency though. I had that urgency. I didn't need somebody to say, I'll give you $2,000 to go find 10 people. Dude, your homie over there was about to run through the door. But I didn't have, like, why don't you do it for free? And guess what? You do it for more money too. You want to make $2,000 or you want to make 6 figures a month? Like everybody's like, we'll give out $2,000 to the top producer, which I will. That is for real. But like, why does it take somebody to say, I'll give you $2,000 for you to actually finally go dial 400 people a day? Because guess what? You're probably gonna make more money off that one sale than the $2,000. Like, dude, I did the same thing in Arizona. I was like, $100 whoever closes the next deal. They were sprinting to their desk. I'm like, motherfucker, you're gonna make more off that one deal than me giving you $100. Like, why aren't you not more excited to go make a sale? You're more excited about me giving you $100 and you going to go make a sale? And like, by the way, I gave up the $100 and people were making sales. I'm like, bro, you're tweaking over $100 and you just made 1,000. Why don't you have the same excitement?
But I got a question. Are you like intentionally putting time away to like go out and go recruit? Or are you just recruiting like when you're outside? Like
Same thing. I always make time, bro. Like, I don't get it. Like, I'll like give somebody a recruit. They're like, yeah, I'll call him at 4. I'm like, motherfucker, call him now. Like when somebody DM me and they're like, hey, Jay, when can you have a call? I'm like, now. I wasn't like, oh, at 3 o'clock. I'm like, dude, you're not doing anything. Call him now. I just call people. I moved with urgency. I'm like, call him now.
Yeah.
So like I always found time, bro. Like Luke was saying, I wasn't always just dialing 14 hours a day. I was dialing, I'd go get food, I'd stop by the mall, I'd go recruit people, then I'd come back to the office. Like I was always doing money-making activities. Now I will give $2 grand to the top producer today, or whatever the bet is, or whatever the incentive is. I will do that, but I will not give $2 grand for you to go find 10 people at the mall. You should have the same exact excitement to go do that anyways. All right? I appreciate you guys. Thanks, guys.